As the world marks World Rhino Day, a number of measures have been proposed to ensure the endangered animal is protected. Among the measures are strategies of maintaining high level of security and surveillance, providing sufficient and dedicated space for breeding, stamping out all trade concerning rhinos and rhino horns, and providing incentives for landowners to establish more rhino sanctuaries. In a meeting that was held by Tourism and Wildlife CS Najib Balala, it was noted that the rate of poached rhino cases in the country has significantly dropped to 1%, and in this year alone, no case resulting from poaching has been recorded.
We are lucky. In the last 3 years, we have done very well, and also poaching has reduced to only 1% of rhinos. So we had 4 rhinos were poached, 1 black and 3 white in 2019, and touch wood. Till today, we are trying to save. So no incident has happened and no poaching cases has been reported.
President Uhuru Kenyatta issued a directive last year to stop the use of single-use plastics in parks. The directive goes hand in hand with World Rhino Day, as wildlife survival is dependent on a conducive environment.
Today, even as we celebrate the World Rhino Day, we basically looking at the ecosystem in which these rhinos exist, and therefore in making sure that we do not have plastics in the ecosystem, we are ensuring that the rhinos are able to feed on the basics. They are actually able to feed on the grassland, they are able to feed on the bushes without them consuming any plastics. Remember that consumption of any plastics has an effect to them. Might lead to death, might have an effect in terms of reproduction, and therefore this connection between conserving the environment and protecting our wildlife is so critical.
The challenge of inadequate space for wildlife to roam around has threatened the lives of these animals, a challenge that Kenya Wildlife Service KWS says is at the forefront in pushing for allocation of more wildlife space.
Remember, historically we had all these free spaces that wildlife would be able to move, but you know that many of the wildlife corridors have now been closed, and therefore as Kenya Wildlife Service we've been forefront in terms of pushing for increasing for space for conservation. So one of our biggest challenges today is space for wildlife.
Nanok Lauren, TV 47.